Bumble says it will cut 240 jobs, or about 30% of its global workforce. This has been a big trend lately with a lot of companies laying off workers. I would say over the past 6 or 7 months, we've been getting a whole lot of these stories. If you didn't know, Bumble is an online dating and networking app launched in 2014. Profiles of potential matches are displayed to users who can swipe left to reject a candidate or swipe right to indicate interest. The app is a product of Bumble Inc., founded by Whitney Wolf Hurd shortly after she left Tinder. That's it. That's an interesting name, Whitney Wolf Hurd, and that may also factor into our breakdown. That's an interesting name, and it's not a coincidence that the founder's birthday is in a couple of days. And you see she's got the yellow on right there. She's age 35. That's interesting. On the fly right there. Look at that. On the fly right there. Founded by Whitney Wolf Hurd. As I speak right now, her birthday is in 2 days. Check that out. Let's go ahead and grab that name right there. I wonder if that's 2 last names. I'm guessing, right? Unless Wolf would be a middle name. It sounds like it just may be 2 last names. Who's her husband? Yeah, her husband Michael Hurd. So maybe her original name Wolf and then just added Hurd possibly. So let's just put that name in the Gematrinator calculator here. And just to see, something may land as we go. And let's just take it Whitney Wolf like that too. I see that 165. Donald Trump's last birthday was the 165th day of the year. That 66 is big right there. Remember, we're in the 6th month, okay? So I may come back and look at this. That's a nice connection with the breakdown though. And you see we're in the 6th month. That'll land. That'll land as we go forward here, okay? So the founder's birthday is in a couple of days. And she's got Wolf in her name. When you think of Bumble, you think of Bumblebee. Very, very interesting. Okay. And that small B you see right there kind of looks like the 6. Okay. As we're in the 6th month, and Whitney Wolf equals 66. All right. That's why sometimes it becomes difficult with these breakdowns. Not difficult, but we could just go on the fly and probably do all of this, okay? But we get all of these connections to add to what's already here. All right? And it's amazing and it's undeniable.
Austin-based Bumble is laying off around 3.
Sounded like they said Boston, but I think they said Austin. I was going to say Boston, another B.
Austin-based Bumble is laying off around 350 employees. That's nearly a third of its workforce. The layoffs are part of a restructuring plan after a disappointing fourth quarter. Layoffs for some employees will be immediate. Others will go through a consultation process, which will conclude in April. Travel.
They're saying a part of a restructuring plan. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. Can we get more details? They said Austin based. So I don't know. I'm guessing like Austin, Texas, right? If that is true, that 3 and that 6 is interesting. Austin, Texas, 36. Whitney Wolf 66. Remember, we're in the 6th month, and as you'll see in the breakdown, a lot of this kind of like 666 energy lingering. Okay? Let me present to you what I have here. And I don't mind sharing with you, my body is beat right now. I ran about roughly a mile yesterday, and I played some basketball. So they want to say this is a part of some reconstruction plan or whatever. I've been showing you a lot of these companies and a lot of these layoffs, a lot of different businesses closing. I said this has been about a trend for about 6 or 7 months that I've been seeing roughly. Um, is this an AI thing, right? Is this an AI? Is this an AI thing? Is this really like real, or is it just a story? Who really controls the dating app Bumble, right? I would assume there's a lot of AI already involved, right? I mean, I would think how many real people could actually be, anything online. The first thing I would think of is AI, especially nowadays. So I want you to see here. Look at AI, artificial intelligence. Notice I put that slide together, by the way. I hope you like it. Look at AI. You see how AI equals 10, right? You see that right there? A, the first letter, I, the ninth letter. So when you add it, you get 10. And then if you reverse the alphabet, where Z would be 1, A would be 26, and you do the reverse reduction method, you see reverse reduction, you get 17 right there, right? And you reduce by adding the double digits together, obviously, and then you reduce to a single digit. But you see and there's just 4 base ciphers, okay? So look at AI, how you get 10 and 17 right there, okay? Well, look, Satan and God equal 10 and 17. God has 10, hell has 17, heaven 107 and 71, 107 like 17, 71, 17 reverse. And look at Bumble has 107 like 17. And there's the 4 base ciphers right there. I told you there's something with the 6th month, right? And you can see this like pattern going on with my decodes. Look at how Bumble has 55 like Satan and God, 55 like heaven. Isn't that interesting? Very interesting, right? Its stock is still down more than 35% over last year. And Bumble equals 35. Satan's got the 35. Check that out. Interesting, right? And there may be some 19s or 91s in there. I may have just got rid of them on accident. Maybe we'll look at that here in a bit. Okay? And remember, Bumble, the small b is like a 6, and we're in the 6th month. So we get this trending story. Bumble hits with the 55 and these other numbers. And we've had other stories with the 55. Okay, 55 days before Young Thug's birthday, the rapper, he performs. It's the first time since getting out of jail he performs at Summer Smash 55 days before his birthday. And then Bumble's trending with the B. You see that? And look at he performs Sunday. His birthday's on Saturday, so you get that S like 6. Remember, we're in June, the 6th month. His name is Jeffrey, even J like June. And even his album Business is Business, you get more B's, right? Business has the B like Bumble, and again the small B looks like a 6 as we're in the 6th month. That album was released, you see, roughly about 2 years ago, June 23rd. That was a 55-day span, even with that album released to his birthday. Check that out. And even Williams equals 55. Now look at this. Isn't that interesting right there? Is this a stretch? Look at the bumblebee. I think that's the bumblebee. Look at the bumblebee and how it looks like Baphomet. And Baphomet's got the bee. You see that? I'm trying to tell you that I think everything is on the language here. That even says solve. That even says solve on the arm there of Baphomet. Solve even has that S, like 6, right? And even the chef Anne Burrell and TV personality, she dies at age 55, which I guess I didn't put that in there. I'll show you right here. Chef Anne Burrell dies at age 55. You see that? And that was in the 6th month. She dies at 55. There was also a baseball breakdown I did. I think it was the last video that you see on this channel. The last breakdown on this channel also hit with the 55. I'm trying to find it right here. Here it is right here. Nick Martinez, a 5-week and 5-day span from a near no-hitter to his birthday. 5-week, 5-day span. And that game was Friday. He's on the Reds, and it was against the Padres. And you get the Reds, even red, kind of like Satan, right? And his birthday is on the 5th, or Satan or the devil, however. And you see this Young Thug thing was brought up over there. And Burrell. So we're getting these 55s. And I think it's something to do with God and Satan equaling 55, and we're in the 6th month. It's like some kind of duality thing. And you'll even see upcoming decodes where this same energy is still lingering. And there might be some other 55s as well. Michael Jordan energy has been trending, right? Bulls. He played for the majority of his career. Bulls, B. This is a Bumble trending story, B. Young Thug, that album Business is Business, B. Right? Bumble, B. You get it? So, but anyways, Michael Jordan, he had a couple memorable 55-point games in his career as well. So that's interesting, right? Baphomet B. Remember, it's like Pride Month, June as well, which some could kind of compare that maybe to Satan, right? That's not even like my opinion or anything. I'm just saying. But look at that. Baphomet, and look at the I'm assuming that the Bumblebee, I think, is what I entered when I got that pick. I don't know, probably different types of bees. But look at this pretty similar there, which is interesting. Now it makes me think of Beyonce, Queen Bee, right? The Bayhive. And these pics pull up online comparing her and some of her pictures or whatever to Baphomet. And you get a lot of stories from not even necessarily deep diving decoders, but you'll get a lot of stories about Beyonce and maybe connected to Satanism or her husband, her character husband on the world stage, Jay-Z, right? So I think that's interesting. Even Beyonce equals 30 in the language in reverse reduction, and Bumble will cut about 30% of its global workforce. Okay? And I want you to notice the 69, 33, and 120 with Beyonce. Well, that syncs up with Young Thug and these things connected to Young Thug. Young Thug out of Atlanta. Atlanta's got 112 like Beyonce. Young Thug's got 33. His name is Jeffrey, 33. Beyonce, 33. Atlanta's got 69 like Beyonce. Remember Diddy is born in 69 trending? And remember Michael Jeffrey Jordan connected to Young Thug with the Jeffrey name? And Mick Ralphs, who his real name is Michael Jeffrey Ralphs, founder of Bad Company and Mott the Hoople, he dies. He's got the Jeffrey middle name trending. Did I mention you even get the B with Beyonce, right? Don't forget again, the small b looks like the six as all of this stuff is hitting in the 6th month. B, like Bumblebee, connects with Atlanta, even with all of this 55 energy with Young Thug. There's Satan energy and evil energy definitely going on. You can see it with that Summer Smash festival or whatever with Young Thug. I mean, just look at him. He looks like death. But look at B12 in two ciphers there. You see ordinal and reduction. Look at B's got the 12 like Atlanta, 120 like 12. B has 69 like Atlanta, 50 and 15 like Atlanta. And remember, Beyonce's got the 69. When you're thinking of B or Bumblebee, and this is a dating site breakdown, but everything's with the language. You think black and yellow, the colors, black and yellow, black and yellow. Who did that song? Wiz Khalifa. Black and yellow, black and yellow. His birthday is 4 days after Beyonce. You see that right there? Isn't that interesting how that's Queen Bey, Queen Beyonce? Think about Queen Bee with the actual bee, right? Think about the queen. Okay, so his birthday is 4 days also after Queen Beyonce. He's got black and yellow. There's this bee, Bayhive, Bumble trending story now, the dating site. Wiz Khalifa's birthday is the death date of Queen Elizabeth II, and I just caught that on the fly. Look at that. Her death date, Queen of the United Kingdom, Elizabeth II, former Queen of the United Kingdom. Her death date is Wiz Khalifa's birthday. Black and yellow, right? With the Queen Bee connection to Beyonce and Bumble, the dating app trending for May layoffs. Isn't that amazing? The Queen is the most important individual in a colony. She is the only bee capable of producing workers. Isn't that amazing? And now we get a worker layoff Bumble dating app story. Isn't that amazing? And, I'm just saying probably like maybe just some AI. I don't even know if they mention AI. I don't even think they do in the article. She is the only bee capable of producing workers, and tens of thousands of workers are required for strong colonies. Isn't that amazing? Not so in the dating app world, I guess. So is this just an AI thing? Healthy, fertile queens are capable of laying eggs almost constantly. That's amazing. That's nice on the fly. And don't forget the founder again, Whitney Wolf, 66, with this energy in the 6 month. Remember Bulls equals 66? Michael Jordan played for the Bulls the majority of his career. Bulls equals 66. This company, they say they're out of Austin, I guess. Austin, Texas has 36, like 666. And remember Whitney Wolf, 165. Donald Trump's birthday was also in the 6 month. This last birthday was the 165th day of the year. Amazing. And his birthday leaves 200 days in the year. Whitney Wolf Heard, 200, with, I guess, her husband's name added on at the end. And she's got Wolf, which is interesting. And she's got Wolf. As I get a drink of my coffee. What do you think about that? And again, her birthday is in a couple of days. And look at this, she is age 35 right now. So she's in her 36-year life. Remember, Austin, Texas equals 36. They say Bumble is Austin, Texas based or whatever. She's in her 36-year life, but she's age 35 right now. And didn't it say Bumble is down? Its stock is down more than 35% over the last year, and Bumble equals 35, and the founder is age 35. These are just patterns and like riddles. That queen connection is amazing. Notice how Bumble Inc. also equals 36, with Austin, Texas equaling 36. To go with our 666 theme, Bumble Inc. has 81, Mark of the Beast equals 81, Ritual equals 81. Don't forget Kobe Bryant had 81 points. Bryant B like Bumble. Kobe Bean Bryant equals 81 in the language. He had the 666 workout. Amazing.
Dating app.
Shout out to Richard West. He was going over colors in his last video with OJ Simpson orange and something about yellow. I think it was the Simpsons with the Marge Simpson trending stuff that keeps popping up. Did she die? Did she not die? I'm hearing she didn't die now, but it was trending that maybe she was going to be killed off, her character in the Simpsons, and the Simpsons, they're yellow. It's a absolutely amazing, man.
Bumble has announced plans to lay off 350 employees, becoming the latest in tech companies to go ahead and start laying off employees. So, Bumble announced the layoffs would be happening over the next couple of weeks, saying that they need to reorganize their company for profitability purposes. I want to say that it's for the fact that not enough people have been laid off of Bumble, but that might be a little too soon on this. If you are a Bumble user, how do you feel about a bunch of people being laid off from that tech platform?
Well, it's probably AI. So whatever people want to talk about why. So there's something with yellow, right? Remember Cardi B had Bodak yellow. You can with me if you wanted to. Cardi B had Bodak yellow. And look, that was all demonic. That was demonic, right? Let's just put yellow here. Hang with me because I got something else referring to yellow that just popped up I want to show you. Coldplay had a song called Yellow. Look at this. Look at yellow in the calculator. Because yellow equals duality. Yellow equals duality. And that's interesting because remember, God and Satan equal 55. And God and Satan, that's kind of like duality. Yellow equals 92 and 29. Yellow, you get duality. And don't forget, when you write duality, you also get 92 and 29. You get duality. Whitney Wolf Herd, the founder of Bumble, 70, like yellow. Whitney Wolf Herd has the 92. Whitney Wolf Herd, the founder of Bumble, 92. Duality 92. Yellow's got 70 like Whitney Wolf Herd. That's amazing, man. And Donald Trump numbers in here as well. I mentioned Whitney Wolf, 165, Trump's last birthday, the 165th day of the year, leaving 200 days. Whitney Wolf Herd, 200. Trump also equals 29. Amazing. So yeah, so regardless of what they say, this is, it's probably just some AI stuff, which they're probably, just trying to scare people, right? So pretty damn amazing. Pretty amazing. So again, we get a lot of this energy, and
Dating app.
there's more to come. Don't forget the NBA and NHL playoffs just ended. Playoffs, layoffs. So what an amazing B connection that we had here. Even Beast has the B with the small B looking like the 6. Bumble, Beyonce, Black and Yellow, Black B, Black and Yellow, the Wiz Khalifa connection with Queen Elizabeth II's death date, his birthday. Queen Bee, Beyonce, Queen Bee, the actual bee. Producing workers as the Bumble dating site lays off workers. I think that was an awesome decode right there. So if you made it this far, shout out to you. So we're still trying to figure out this code. And like I said, this 55 and this Satan energy around 6, we need to remember that as decoders going forward. We're going to see these Satan numbers around the 6th month. And, 6 like 666. Bumble's got 19. Remember, A's the first letter of the alphabet and I's the ninth letter, 19. And chaos equals 19. Bumble's got 19 right there. Amazing. Bumble says it will cut 240 jobs or about 30% of its global workforce. I'm going to leave it there. There's probably something else I'll think of. I'm not perfect. I may just drop it in the comments. Shout out to y'all. Amazing. Until next time. Mike better be on.